If you think about it, bologna is just hot dogs for people that like pancakes. Oh, hi. Welcome to another episode of a Starter and a Chaser podcast. I am John Passow.
I'm Joe Clarke.
Woo-hoo.
We are back with Coit Spirits with their 4-grain whiskey.
Indiana
Nice.
straight bourbon whiskey. We do love bourbon.
We do like things from Indiana, especially
Yes.
MGP.
Which, this is actually an MGP product. It's easier to say than I can do it. But this is Coit Distillers. They're based out of Napa Valley, and they predominantly do gin. But he wanted to do a whiskey and really kind of have the whiskey be focused on the grain profile. So he went to MGP and sourced one of their high rye 4-grain whiskeys, and it's a small 12-barrel batch that they did at MGP, and 2 to 4 years, 98 proof. Joe, what are you smelling on that?
Well, considering you gave the mash bill.
Not yet.
Okay, so it's like it is 58% corn, 35% rye, 5% barley, and 2% wheat, and the corn really shines on this. There's a lot of corn sweetness with this. It smells like that sugary sweet corn you can get in the can. It has that weird gravy in it. It kind of smells like that.
Great. Oh, I know.
Smells good. Yeah, it's like canned stuff, the canned sweet corn.
I call that gravy.
It's like a weird gravy. It's
just
weird
the
gravy.
water. It's just the water.
But it's like
that
cloudy, but it's
in.
very sweet. And this reminds me of that. It's
Okay.
got that sweetness to it on the nose, which is nice. Little caramel notes. There's not a lot of like what you would normally get very predominantly like stone fruits or anything like most other bourbons or whiskeys. It is very grain forward. It's got some spicy, grassy notes to it. It's a higher rye bourbon at 35%. So I'm excited to try that.
I'm excited to try that too. But I want to talk about their bottle really quick. Now, Coit,
Yes.
Coit is named after the Coit Tower that's in San Francisco. It's on the back of their bottles. You know, that one. Their Cape Gin has got it. Their RTDs have it in there as well. And it's kind of tied to local history about a firefighter back in the day, Lily Hancock Coit, who wanted to have San Francisco do something to beautify the area, so they built the Coit Tower. So I just love the design of the bottle. This is 100% recyclable because it doesn't have a cork. But
So yeah, that cork is glass and it's got a rubber sealing ring on it, and it is tough. It's on there. When it sits for a little while on there after you've done it, I mean, you really gotta. Only downside of the bottle for me. Looks cool, functionality wise, I kind of dig the cork.
but then again, it's 100% recyclable.
It is.
So you can't knock it too much for that.
Sure.
Should we dive in, Joe?
Yes, we should.
All right.
It smells fantastic.
Look at the color, though.
Nice color.
It's almost like goldenrod.
It's a pretty thick drink. It's got nice long legs to it. Yeah. It's got that corn it's corny.
Well, he wanted the grain to be the feature, so.
It's definitely the feature. Oh yeah.
Oh, spice. Oh, corn.
That is rye. You know the. Oh,
Whoa.
Yeah. Woo! It's like a dance back and
Yeah.
forth between corn sweetness and tons of rye spice and earthiness going on. It like fights each other going through on first sip.
But then again, the malt and the wheat come out on the back end, on the finish. I get that kind of like, you know, a hint of molasses and caramel there. And that kind of crisp wheat just lightens everything up. For even just being 2% wheat, I mean, you can taste the wheat in there. But man, yeah, that corn and rye are just
Dominant. Yeah.
dancing.
I'm thinking that he likes, for his palate, more of the earthy, grainy things to shine forward versus anything.
Him being the owner?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gerald. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. The whiskey's fantastic. I like 4-grain whiskeys because it gives you a nice break from your other typical mash bills and distillates that we normally have. And you're not saying any of them are bad. I love them. But this is really cool, the 4-grain stuff we've been getting into. We've done 2 now. This is our second one. We did
This might be our third, actually.
Is it Lee Sinclair? And then what's the other one? I don't remember the other one.
We did one early on that was... We'd have to go back.
We'd have to go back and see.
Anyways.
Ones that stand out are this and Lee Sinclair.
Yeah, and Lee Sinclair is up there.
Oh, yeah.
I like the 4-grain stuff because it gives you that break, but every single 4-grain that I've have had this intensity to it, this like this depth of flavor and this like boldness. And this doesn't have the super heaviness that I've had in the other 4 grains, but it has that distinctive flavors. It has that intensity that I associate with 4 grains.
Some bourbons and whiskeys showcase the barrel a lot, where I think the 4 grains kind of actually tamp that down a lot, even if they're aged longer. You don't get as much it really does give you the grain notes. Like, it's very forward.
Which is what Mr. Roland wanted them to have. So I'm going to go back actually for my second.
Yes, we have to do that. Oh man, that is spicy too, man.
But that corn is so I mean, it's like...
It's corn.
It's like the Dell, like you were saying, the can of canned corn.
Yeah.
With the gravy.
Yeah, with the gravy.
With the gravy. That is like bright and sweet up front, but not cloyingly so. And
the rye just comes in and pow, out of my way.
Move over, corn.
Yeah, literally.
I'm going to go back for a third.
They're very, very distinct.
The barrel starts to build.
Sure.
Now on my third, I'm starting to get that barrel note. But man, usually after the first or second sip,
you get
I get
something.
The barrel.
And especially second sip, you really usually get it. But this is like...
Took a while.
Showcases the grain. It really does. It's really good.
Joe, is that your final thoughts?
That is my final thoughts. I like this a lot. I'm really digging these 4-grain whiskeys. They're fantastic. It's neat to try something different, you know. And this is very well crafted. It's MGP, so usually with MGP, you're getting a very well crafted,
high quality distillate.
High quality distillate that's always worth the money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So my final thoughts on Indiana Straight Bourbon from Coit Spirits. From the design of the bottle all the way down to the juice inside, this is a well-crafted whiskey.
It's good.
He really seems to know his stuff because from his gins, I mean, the flavors in the gins are fantastic. The RTDs are great. To select this kind of whiskey, you've got to have a good palate. And I think he's got a great palate because this is a great whiskey. Long story short, I like it. What's your favorite MGP product that's out there? Is it Coit Distillers? Leave a comment below. We want to know. And while you're down there, be sure to give thumbs up and subscribe.
And check these guys out. They're pretty new still. You're talking
2018,
about
so
3 years.
3 years now.
If you haven't, you've seen it on the shelves and you're kind of past it because it's new. I get scared too. Pick it up. I don't think you'll be disappointed at all.
And be sure to be careful because when you pick it up, it's kind of weighty.
It's a hefty bottle.
That is a hefty bottle. All right, that was our episode today. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Check you later.
We'll check you later.